I'm Kendra Edwards, and welcome to the Cardon Resource Hub. And I'm really excited to have Audrey with us today to kind of talk about one of the most common concerns that older adults have is around falls. And so, Audrey, tell us a little bit, what are those risk factors that people should be aware of in regards to falls?
Hi, thanks, Kendra. So with the holidays coming up and the events, the family gatherings, all of those, social settings that we're going to be seeing soon, falls is something that does happen quite frequently. And so some of the things that we can do to prevent those prior to even having that elder population into our homes or our settings is, really looking, starting in the outside. So start outside and look at your sidewalks, look at your railings. Do you have a clear pathway? We just had some surprise snow in some parts of our state recently. So, clearing those paths with, making sure there's no snow and then putting that salt down to make sure there's no ice is a crucial step before they even enter your home. Railings, if you don't have a secured railing, using assistance of somebody, a steady, stable adult is preferable in that circumstance. So once you enter that home, really decluttering that house, making sure that rugs are secured to the floor. Rugs are probably one of the biggest tripping hazards that we see in our home. Again, with the holidays, we have decorations and decor and extension cords and lights, right? That's just part of what we do during the holiday season. But making sure that those are all secured down and tucked away under. If you have any decorations that are sitting out in walkways, especially going around corners, I would recommend moving those out of the way, just kind of shoving them back closer to that wall space and clearing that pathway. Um, there's bathroom safety that we can talk about as well. A lot of our folks, in those restrooms, how do we navigate in there? There's, toilet seat risers that you can put on your toilet seat in preparation for your party that you're having or your gathering that you're having as well. Once it comes to the actual folks getting there, the population that you're going to be housing at your gathering, definitely if you have elders and you have children and you have pets, making sure that once they're greeting those elders are greeting the children and those pets that they're sitting and they're not in a seated position, that just will help prevent any kids love to see their grandparents and any additional tugging and pulling on them that's not necessary during that time. So yeah.
Yeah, the dog situation is one I know I definitely need to be careful of because my dog gets super excited and will just start to run up, and you just remembering anything to get someone off balance is an opportunity for a fall. So to think about that. And in my house specifically, I have to always remember when my dad is with me there, I have multiple step downs, but it's the same flooring. And so it's very deceiving. So trying to remind them about those step downs is because I forget sometimes, and because being able to see that. So, and remembering just a simple thing, making sure that toilet paper is within reach too, that not reaching too far over and things. But what kinds, if someone does experience a fall, what are some important things to think about for that afterwards, both physically and emotionally, if someone does experience a fall?
Yeah, the physical piece of it probably takes a back seat most of the time to that emotional piece that comes with those falls, especially if you're in a social setting and you're in a gathering with other folks. That embarrassment is going to probably kick in way more than what that physical pain is going to be felt in that moment. So just really, again, that's why that prevention piece up front to avoid any of those is crucial. But, always making sure that before you get someone up off of the floor, that they are cognitively intact. They have not hit their head in any capacity. If they have hit their head, really seeking additional medical assistance is probably your best bet. When those elders do fall, they are fragile and there are things that can break. You know, hips is one of the largest bones that we have in our bodies, and unfortunately, it's one of the first things that does break when you do experience a fall. Can be not really super painful for them on that initial. So really following up afterwards, you know, once they have the fall, if you can go ahead and get them back up and get them comfortable and there's no overt ailments, making sure that in those days to come that we check back in with them, because there are definite issues that we can experience in the days lingering after that fall. But most important is that fall prevention up front. Checking on the footwear, the assistive devices, making sure we have the canes and the walkers next to us and not across the room for when grandma does need to get up and use that restroom.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you so much. Such great advice. And I hope everybody gets to have those visits, even if you're going into their home or they're coming into your home, just making sure you have those easy tips and easy things that you can do to make it just safer for everyone. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.